Oh, and here we go.
You are listening to the only show where a former police officer, alongside a current law school student, tackle politics, the legal system, and corruption. The show, known around the world as Qualified Immunity.
Oh, let's talk about something fun.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of fun.
What are we talking about? You still haven't actually told me.
The day after.
The day after. Oh. You said fun.
I mean, it's kind of fun. It's multifaceted. How's that?
Yeah, but none of those sound like fun.
You're a lawyer. How is the multifaceted not fun to you?
I mean, that word is fun, but I mean,
the application of the word is not as fun.
The context of the word here is not going to be fun.
Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about this, and
that's dangerous.
I really have, because it's Seattle. There was a video that came out of Seattle, and the guy looks mentally ill, or high, or impaired, or however you want to put that.
Not mutually exclusive.
True, very, very true. Generally, one leads to the other.
Which direction?
Either one. I've seen it go both ways.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But he's following a guy down a back alley. A Seattle police officer is, and the guy is carrying a burning stick.
Okay, I've not seen this video.
Seriously?
I guess not.
And the officer steps out and says, "Seattle police, stop." Guy turns around, takes the burning stick, runs and throws it in the cop car.
Okay.
The officer jumps over to the center console, like unholsters, starts cracking off rounds through his windshield.
What is the deal with people shooting through windshields? Like, that's not a good idea. Don't do that.
Shh. Don't tell them that. I've seen it work once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen it?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
It usually doesn't work.
No.
And
there's a specific way you have to do it.
The best way to do it?
Don't.
Okay,
in all fairness, both times I've seen it work, one was in Oklahoma and one was in Las Vegas. The officers in pursuit were being shot at by the people they were pursuing.
Okay.
Both of which, in both cases, were homicide suspects.
I mean, I don't know why I even have this policy, because I've never been in this situation. I probably never will be. But my policy is you either drive or you shoot. You don't do both.
I mean, you can do both.
It's pretty challenging.
Drive, drink, or shoot. You can do 2 out of 3.
Okay, well, I'm not going to touch that one. I was going to argue with you, and then I thought, the driving and the shooting is probably actually one of the more dangerous combinations there.
No, I've seen it. Like, it worked when they were chasing, when Highway Patrol was chasing Michael Vance down.
Yeah, that's the guy.
He was shooting back at them with an AK.
Well, that's one of the first times that I ever actually saw that make the news, like live on the news.
And then real close to that, it happened in Las Vegas.
Mm.
And LV Metro PD was in pursuit with a double homicide, 2 homicide suspects, and they were shooting at them, and finally halfway through, the guy, the number 1 car in the pursuit, was like, back off, and he unholsters and just starts cracking, like, gets as close as he can to him.
Okay.
And I mean, it worked. Painted up. It worked. Granted, for those 2 times, there's probably 450 or 500 videos on YouTube of officer shoots through the window, not comprehending the angle of the window. Never mind. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of shooting through a window now.
Don't shoot through your windshield.
Don't shoot through your windshield, unless it is life or death.
Yeah.
Just don't. Because now I just want to get in this tangent about shooting through windshields. Like, tempered glass is a thing. And people don't understand that. Anyway, I digress. Here's the other problem. If you look in most...
How do we even get off on shooting through your windshield? Oh, okay.
Because the Seattle officer did shoot through his windshield. Which, that being said, before anybody takes this out of context and says that I disagree with that, no, I honestly probably would have done the same thing.
Was he moving at the time?
No.
Okay, that's different.
No. Go watch the video.
Okay.
I mean,
just keep talking.
Yeah, Google Seattle PD burning car. But I keep thinking about this. My team owns my crutch word today. Do you know what it's like? But I keep thinking about this, and I keep looking around like, it doesn't matter which way the election goes. And I think at the moment, I think we both agree and say Trump's going to win. However, the amount of violence that I could see coming out of a Trump victory.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think you have the same amount of violence if
Biden wins. I don't either. I think you have a total different line of civil discourse or civil disobedience, maybe.
I don't even know if you have that.
I don't know. See, and this is the things people forget. On the right of the aisle, oh man, I started earlier tonight.
Yep, you did.
Oh. The problem is, during the Obama years, people don't remember the level of, and there was a bunch of Republicans that said this to me at the time. It's only illegal if you get caught. I'm just saying, there was a lot of enforcement attitudes.
Yeah.
Second Trump becomes president, like, well, bump stocks are actually not that, but, well, like, you guys are such hypocrites. Like,
yeah.
And that's the problem. You're like, it runs into a hypocritical moment of, I don't comprehend what you're talking about at that point. The other side of that is side note, Rush Limbaugh, basically.
Oh gosh, please don't.
No, like, I feel bad for the guy. He basically admitted today on air that he was done.
Oh. Wow.
Like, he's got cancer, I think, in 70-something% of his body.
Yeah. That's...
Yeah.
Like, he announced that he was retiring, or announced that he was...
That he's basically on a death sentence.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. I felt bad for the guy. Because 10, 15 years ago, it actually made sense.
Disagree, but okay.
It made sense to a point.
Okay, that's not a flaming stick. That is...
I didn't want it. It's more like a torch.
It's like a piece of cloth soaked in
kerosene.
Yeah.
It's like a medieval torch.
Some sort of inflammable material, and the guy throws it through the window. That's not a burning stick.
It is.
No, the stick isn't even on fire. Okay. That is not a burning stick. Look at that.
Oh yeah. It's no joke.
He still even has the stick when he's running away.
I'm not saying it was. That's why I'm like, you have to see the video. If anybody listen to the podcast, if you haven't seen this video, go to YouTube and watch it. There's a video out there of.
This is like medieval.
Yeah.
Medieval burning people out tactic stuff.
Well, and that's what I said. the level of violence in this country right now is disturbing. Can I just preface it with disturbing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's a good adjective to. Like I'm not sure there's a good adjective to describe the amount of violence that's going on in America right now.
I don't know if disturbing is the right term because at this point, I'm just not surprised anymore.
Really? Stuff like that still surprises me. Like, stuff like that actually still surprises me. Because I'm like, dude, what?
I mean, I'm surprised by the tactic, but I'm not surprised that it, happened.
I don't know if they actually arrested the guy either. I've seen some people say they got him. I've seen some people say they haven't got him. What?
The comments of this video.
Oh yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, please not doing that.
But you talk. What? Why did all the good cops leave? I don't know, Janice. Maybe because we don't want a freaking torch thrown at our faces. Like, for what? What? Why?
Looks like the suspect was arrested.
Wait, it's in Seattle.
Yeah.
He's already on bond. I guarantee it.
Probably.
Which now becomes this very, very odd moment in time where you're like, cash bond is a bad thing. However, if you try to kill another human being with a flaming Molotov cocktail, this time that is, the cop should have been better shot.
I mean, it's not a real Molotov cocktail.
I still would want to be in that.
No. If it were a real Molotov cocktail,
See, the problem is,
probably wouldn't be a survivor.
No, that's true. The problem is, though, and this runs into a problem that you and I have talked about, I think, on air, off air, every different way of air. Any other place, like a lot of other places in the country, he doesn't get close enough to throw up the car.
Yeah, that's true.
The cop drops him.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like, you're running into this fine line of.
I am actually kind of surprised that he got that close to the car. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I guarantee a state trooper down here that drops him.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
But this is Oklahoma.
I know. But that's where it runs into. Because you and I were talking the other day about city-states.
Yeah.
And how in a lot of America, you don't really have, I mean, Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, the major cities up the western coastline are city-states.
Yeah.
Especially stuff like LA and San Fran. Like, they're city-states. It's you walk in there and it's nothing matters beyond the city, especially if you go up there. Like, think about it. How many times you've heard South LA or the Hills or like into Santa Monica? It's all part of LA, and it ends up being the city matters more than anything else. Well, at that moment in time, granted, there's different things involved with the economy and funding and everything else involved. But you're also talking about a moment in time of going, are we to a paradigm shift in this country to where city-states are actually going to be more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Prevalent. Powerful.
Prevalent. I think they're already prevalent. I think could you start running into a moment in time where city-states, maybe not to actually legally, but city-states, run down this rabbit hole with me. Trump wins.
Okay.
Mayor of Portland.
Okay.
Mayor of LA.
Yeah.
Mayor of San Francisco, and let's just say Mayor of Seattle. Because I guarantee all four of them are probably not voting for Donald Trump. But say Trump wins.
Yeah.
especially LA. LA's got the second largest police force in the country. They've got 13 to 19,000 officers, depending on what metric you look at.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's not enough to control Los Angeles. However, could it almost become a Cold War of sorts? Or are we already there?
You mean between these mayors and
The federal government.
I think you're already seeing that. I think you're seeing the Cold War version of that right now.
But does it escalate to a point where the president actually wouldn't go there? See what I mean? Because, and this is what I was thinking about after that city-state conversation we had.
You mean the president individually, or like sending the National Guard in?
Individually.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Because at that point,
I don't.
It's an autonomous zone.
I don't think that is far off. Like I think we're close.
And after we had that conversation, I got lost in a rabbit hole of countries that end with Stan. And I was laying in bed, and I was sitting there thinking, if the president of the United States wouldn't actually go to LA due to safety concerns,
Yeah.
does that not at that point make it a legitimate, maybe not legal, but a legitimate city-state?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, if you want me to be brutally honest.
I wouldn't go there right now as them, but
Well, no, but I'm, as a matter of policy, I just kind of like that, the way that would work.
it wouldn't work. Yeah.
I think it could. I actually welcome that paradigm.
The problem is it never happened here.
You mean in the state?
In the Midwest or the South, outside of.
Not for Donald Trump.
I don't think it would happen. I don't think it would happen for anybody on the left.
If it happens now, okay. So if it happens,
You're talking about the play out of it of, well, they did it, now we'll do it.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, if it becomes a normal thing now under Trump, I could see, if you have somebody that makes Republicans as mad as Barack Obama did, I could see that actually.
The problem is Barack Obama didn't make Republicans mad. Barack Obama just made Republicans talk a lot.
Yeah, it depends on your definition of mad.
I mean, yeah, they got like, I don't know, close to 1 million people to march on the National Mall, the Tea Party rally, yada yada. Guess what? Nothing changed.
Yeah.
You didn't do shit, honestly.
Well, yeah.
And that makes me sound like a jerk.
No, I mean.
But it's a matter of fact. You didn't do anything.
I wouldn't put all of that on Barack Obama, though. I mean, a lot of that was focused on Congress.
And what changed?
No, I'm just saying that wasn't about Obama alone.
No, that was Obama, Pelosi, and Schumer. At the time,
Yeah.
Harry Reid, but
Yeah. But if this becomes a normal thing under Trump, I could see the next Democrat president.
there's not a metropolis though. There's not a city-state. There's not a possibility of a place that could become a city-state having the same animosity towards a Democrat as they do a Republican.
I don't know.
There's one, maybe.
What are you thinking?
Dallas.
I was going to say probably Dallas.
Because Austin wouldn't. Houston wouldn't.
No, I know Austin would.
And Dallas still actually votes pretty blue. Like hardcore, like Fort Worth maybe, but
Well, here's the thing, and I think a lot of people discount this. Oklahoma City changes really quickly.
yeah, I can see that. Oklahoma City's blue though.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Oklahoma City changes really quickly. I could see them switching from blue to hardcore red in a matter of less than a decade. Because that's basically what you've seen going the opposite direction in the past 10 years. They've gone from what used to be hardcore red, which really isn't that hardcore anymore, to mainstream Democrat.
I don't see a metropolis going red. I don't, because I can't think of one that like, they would do the whole self-responsibility, no welfare, independent, self-reliant.
I don't know. You just never know. I mean, Dallas is pretty.
I mean, maybe like the metropolis, like Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Is that considered a metropolis?
No.
I feel like that city-state is just the state of Wyoming.
Yeah. So, like, the funny part is the capital of Wyoming is not even the biggest city in Wyoming. Casper's bigger than Cheyenne.
How many people are in Casper?
I don't know. I was just born there.
Oh.
I don't know. I was like, no, you're gonna look it up.
Look it up.
You know, there's more people in Oklahoma City than there is in the entire state of Wyoming.
Yeah.
But I went down this rabbit hole and I couldn't get off of it. And I'm like,
There.
What?
You're wrong.
Oh, did it actually switch now?
Cheyenne, Wyoming is at 63,957. Casper's at 57,461.
Oh, yeah. 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. Casper was bigger.
That's as of 2018.
Yeah, it was about 10 years ago.
Mm.
Wow.
Hmm.
Enid, Oklahoma is bigger than the capital of Wyoming. Wrap your head around that one, Lucy. What?
Really? What's the population of Enid, Oklahoma?
60-30.
This has it at 49.
There's no. Does it? Well, okay. Does it count military?
Oh, probably not. This is in 2018, so probably not.
I was like, there's your difference. Or maybe I was thinking of Garfield County had 63 in it. That's still mind-blowing to me. There's more than 49,000 people in Enid.
Garfield County has 61,000
Yeah, there you go.
as of 2019, and that's actually after a draw.
And that doesn't count military.
Yeah, it was in 2015. It was 63,000.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would have been about the time I cared.
Oh man.
Because 60. Okay, Garfield County, Oklahoma has more people in it than the capital, Wyoming.
Okay.
Like the two biggest cities in Wyoming are the size of Stillwater and Enid.
Okay.
Lucas is now moving to Wyoming.
Oh, that is actually tempting.
You don't like the cold.
What?
You don't like cold like that.
Who told you that?
You get cold easy.
I would take the cold over the heat any day.
Okay, yeah, me too.
It's a lot easier to get warm than it is to get cool.
Legally, yes.
How do you?
You can only take so many clothes off.
Oh, okay. No, that even if I took all my clothes off, in Oklahoma heat, it's not enough.
What's the real reason you fly? To get back to normal temperatures.
Yeah. I mean, really, in Oklahoma, if you don't have air conditioning, I don't know why you live here. Like, I cannot understand how you live in Oklahoma without air conditioning.
See, people laugh. They're like, oh, Vegas and Phoenix, and they all get like 110, 120. I'm like, it's a different kind of heat.
Yeah.
It's just like the cold in Wyoming. I've walked outside at 3 degrees in Wyoming in a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, even at 110, Oklahoma routinely will hit 115 at least 1 or 2 days during the summer.
Yeah, and with 97% humidity.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in taking a shower. I guess people are going to be like, oh my God, you don't take a shower in the summertime? Yes, I do. However, there's not really a point in taking a shower in the summertime in Oklahoma.
My excuse for not doing chores outside in Oklahoma in the summer is I've already showered. I'm not going outside.
Exactly. Like, it's just, if you put product, okay, people are going to laugh at this one. You put product in your hair in Oklahoma in the summertime, it's almost pointless.
It's going to end up on your face.
It's so humid that by the time generally by the time I get to work, I would just feel like my whole forehead would be gooey because I have hair product just.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's just like you're sweating and your hair product's just deciding like, oh, water soluble, here comes nothing. At one point, I stopped doing my hair until I got to the parking lot at work. Because there was I wanted my hair to look good for work. There's a whole backstory to that one. What? Back to city states. I do not.
Along with Oklahoma City.
Oh.
Oklahoma could actually be almost like 4 or 5 city states. I mean, it wouldn't be on par with like LA or Chicago.
Oh, it's like an actual city state.
I do actually kind of wish that this state would divide up into like 4 or 5 states.
That's like saying Chile is a real powerhouse in South America. I mean, yeah, you take out Venezuela and Colombia and Brazil.
Venezuela, a powerhouse.
Okay,
really?
It used to be.
Used to be. Yeah, like
I still think
20 years ago, at least.
10. Okay, 15. When I was in high school.
It is 2020, Greg.
Shut up. I know. One day I woke up and I'm like, what is going on?
Have I showed you my world atlas from like the
Soviet era?
60s or 70s? Yeah. And it talks about Venezuela being like one of the wealthiest countries in the Western Hemisphere.
I mean, it still has the power to be tomorrow.
If
if they pull their head out of their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I quit watching Venezuela's politics because I assume Hugo Chavez is still in charge.
No, the bus driver's in charge. No,
Really?
Yeah, not Chavez. Chavez was the guy before the bus driver. Am I thinking of the right guy?
No, I swear Chavez was the bus driver.
No. Crap, I can spell Venezuela. I haven't slept much, okay?
What's her name?
No, it's an airplane.
Oh.
It's the airplane. Maduro.
Maduro. Okay, yeah.
I get that.
Chavez was before Maduro.
I kept wanting to say Mierda, and I knew that wasn't right. Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro. You're right. Chavez. It was Chavez and Maduro.
Yeah, Chavez was in until 2013, and then Nicolas Maduro, who used to be in the union for the bus drivers, became president, and things really went downhill.
And people want to look it up and give us crap about having a celebrity as president. At least he wasn't a freaking bus driver.
Freaking bus driver.
Okay.
I guess we have a bartender as a congresswoman, so there's that.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Sorry.
I don't know what that face was for. It was a really interesting look.
I think she's attractive.
Okay.
I think she plays dumb a lot. What?
Her teeth are too big.
Oh yeah, she totally has horse teeth. 100%.
Okay, I was going to say that, but okay.
But I have horse teeth, so.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay.
Some of my self-conscious points is my teeth.
I'm sorry. I won't go there. I'll just say you have small hands instead.
Why do I like you?
I don't know.
I almost wore that shirt today.
This shirt?
Yes. Like, literally took it out of the closet and then put it back in there because I had to go somewhere and be professional.
This is professional.
Not for what I was doing. I need a collared shirt.
Can I call this my profession yet?
Pretty close.
Podcasting. I'm a professional podcaster.
I
can't wait until I can say that. Like, I guess I can say that now, but it's like.
Do you legitimately, do you think there's a level of violence coming after the election that is going to be unprecedented?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Do you think it stretches beyond major metros? And I would.
Well, what do you consider a metro?
I would almost say major metropolitan areas on the coastlines.
Chicago and Detroit.
That's like the exceptions.
I guess they're kind of on a coastline.
Yeah. I mean, I would throw. You can throw Chicago and Detroit in there, but everything out in New York, Baltimore, Miami.
I forget about New Orleans. I could see New Orleans being violent.
I don't think they. Yeah.
You don't think so?
New Orleans, no. Not more than it already is. I think they're like number 3 per capita in murder every year. So
I will say, I think in Houston you'll see some news coverage of some stuff that's like, tipping trash cans over. I mean, Houston isn't going to get that violent.
see, I think I think Houston's a powder keg. Nobody's watching.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I suppose it's possible.
From some of the things that I know from previous employment, Houston's a powder keg, waiting. A political powder keg.
I don't know enough about the demographics in Houston. I know a lot about Houston suburban areas.
Yeah, no. Go urban.
Okay. I don't know enough about
urban and industrial areas.
Yeah.
Houston
Houston
worries me.
I have heard that it was a big I don't know how to say that, like national security concern because of the industrial, like all of the oil basically in the U.S. runs through Houston at some point.
Yeah, pretty much. If you buy gas in the United States of America, it's probably been in Houston, Texas.
And it's all stored in a fairly local area, and in case you didn't know, oil's kind of flammable, so that's kind of an issue.
Yeah, like it's not a joke.
Yeah.
But there's so much things that go in and out of Houston.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's such an international hub.
Right.
Houston's a powder keg.
Well, that I feel like a lot of people forget because it's Texas, but Houston's it's a port city.
Yes.
Like it's a major
port city.
I mean,
I don't know if it's still true, but at one point in time, it was the 3rd major port city in the country.
Well, I mean,
it was New York, LA, and Houston.
Yeah. You think about the Gulf of Mexico, you really only have 2 ports, and New Orleans really isn't.
Yeah, I don't count
industrial.
And I mean, there's the port of Miami. Granted, it's on the Atlantic side, but
yeah, but it's not the same as Houston.
No, not in economic stature. Not even close.
I mean, what do you import to Miami other than
cigars and people?
Yeah.
More or less, what do you export?
What do you export from Miami?
I don't know. Oranges.
Other than drugs and oranges, and well, you aren't.
People.
You aren't exporting people. You are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Problem is, Houston does all of that.
Yeah, that's also true.
Like Houston, people do not understand the importance of Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and there are some people. There are some groups south of Houston that would love to get their hands in control of Houston. What?
So you think Houston's going to be its own state?
I could see Houston being a city-state faster than I could see
Dallas
or New Orleans or most of Florida. See, I think your actual, you and I joked and talked about secession. Your actual hope for secession would be Florida.
They are radically different from the rest of us.
And the reason I say that is because demographic makeup over the last 15 years has changed so drastically that it's a different world.
I could almost see Dallas and Houston together being their own. It would be weird because they're so far apart, but
if that happens, you have to put in Austin.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're putting in Austin, you're going to put
San Antonio, which at that point you're just the state of Texas.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have Amarillo in there, but
ooh, they can make it by morning anyway.
Part of me really does wonder how Lubbock through Amarillo is not like its own. Like they didn't just cut the panhandle of Texas off. Like I don't know. I don't understand.
Because the economic activity there would be 12.
A lot of drugs there.
Yeah, there's oil.
Drugs and oil. Maybe some farming and ranching.
A lot of ranching. Yeah. I'm not sure what they're farming out there. Okay, never mind.
Economy's changed a lot since you were a kid, Greg.
That's true. But I say this all just to go back to the thing that I worry about. No matter what side you fall on, or if you fall on our side, I understand you're going to lose no matter who wins. You need to absolutely, at least mentally, and I don't want to be like one of those doomsday preppers, because I'm not a doomsday prepper.
I don't think this conversation is that. I mean, I know doomsday preppers. They're.
You ever bring one on the show?
I don't think they would come on the show.
I don't think they would either.
They'd be like, oh no, the NSA is going to steal my face or something.
If they know me, they really wouldn't.
That's true.
Because the rumors that floated around about me are not all rumors, but however.
the rumors about are there rumors about you being like some sort of like CIA asset?
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah. I heard it more than once.
The least you could do is get some CIA funding.
No shit, right?
I'm tired of doing this in your hotel room.
Oh,
what?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks.
The house will be up.
Oh, new studio.
Okay, the exterior will be up. I don't know about the interior.
That could be an interesting set, an unfinished, like, skeleton.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the echo.
Oh, yeah, that would be,
Because in case nobody knows this, I'm building a barn in there.
Just put some quilts up.
So I'm going to make my living room look like a flea market?
Sound doesn't travel through a flea market very well.
Yeah, that's true. That is not true. You can always hear the person that has a goat.
What?
You can always find the goats at a flea market.
Yeah.
You tell me I'm wrong. You can always look up and be like, yep, the goats are that way.
Oh, man. Flea market in Peru, that was an experience.
So you travel the world.
I haven't traveled enough. Before COVID hit, I was really, really planning to do some traveling.
Ta-da! Welcome to the end of the world as you know it. You can still travel, just with masks and 14-day quarantines.
No, if you're going internationally, you really just can't travel.
Really?
My granddad travels. He basically lives in 2 different countries.
Huh.
And he can't get back to one of his houses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, at all? Like, no quarantine, no nothing, no...
They're not letting people into the country. Like, they have certain parameters, and he doesn't get the parameters. You have to be, like, a certain age, and you have to actually have a job there. And he's retired, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
That blows.
I mean, if he had the money, he could probably bribe somebody, because that's the way that country works, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have the money for that.
But he has houses in 2 different countries, and I got rumors about being a CIA asset?
He married into one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you have houses in 2 different countries, you probably have the money to buy people off.
I mean, one of them... I mean, the one in the U.S. isn't even actually a house. It's like a barn apartment thing.
A barn dominium?
No, not even that. It's smaller than that.
Okay, I kind of went a little overboard with mine. So the average size is like 30 by 50.
It's probably like 900 square feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what it is.
It's like 2 rooms.
And let me guess, one of them has a big swinging door.
No.
A hanger minion?
Oh, no, I wish it was that.
That.
I would be sucking up to him to get in the wall so bad.
You're going to buy land and build one of those one day. I know it.
Yeah, that's actually the plan. I thought you knew that. Sorry.
Half the time I believe you knew that, kind of don't.
Hangar apartment, that's on the list.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah, most people don't wake up one day and like, I think I'm going to build a barn dominium. I need to be 5,000 square feet. My bad.
That's you.
There's only I need room to work on things. I don't need a door that big.
Yeah, you do. I mean, if you're going to put a plane in it, yeah, you do.
I mean, I'm not going to put a plane in it.
Well, then you're doing things wrong.
You have a future which includes way more money and expendable income than I have.
I mean, not after I buy my airplanes.
Okay, Harrison Ford.
Mm.
No, you're way more Travolta.
Travolta.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just taking that as an insult.
There's reasons behind it. It's partially an insult. It's partially a compliment. What, Pulp Fiction? You wouldn't want to be that guy? You've never seen it.
I've seen parts of it, and I really don't like being compared to somebody that's stupid.
Travolta's not stupid.
Um,
He plays a part.
is he the one that blows the guy's head off?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was stupid. I remember watching that clip, and like that happened. It's like, really?
Him and Samuel L. Jackson. What? What? A language?
Say what again?
Say what again?
English, do you speak it? What is this show?
Have you tried DMT?
Oh my god.
But Travolta's the one that lives in a neighborhood that has a runway down the center.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Seriously?
No, I knew that he was into aviation a little bit.
He's got a 737.
I don't want one of those.
Google image John Travolta's house.
I don't want one of those. Jimmy Buffett's airplane. I'd like one of those.
And he's got a 737, like a G550, and something else all parked in his backyard. What?
There's a joke that my dad says. Silly millionaire jets are for kids.
See, I want a jet.
I know you do.
But that's totally because of me being impatient.
You want a jet so you can get from point A to point B the fastest way possible.
Yes.
You know why I want a jet?
No.
Speed.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
You just want to break the thin barrier.
That's goal number one. There are more than that.
What is after that?
Mach 3.
You want a fighter jet.
No, I want something faster than that.
Concorde.
Faster.
Well, they don't make anything faster.
Not yet.
You missed your calling in life.
I mean,
You should have been an aerospace engineer.
I do plan to build airplanes eventually. I don't know if I can build them that fast, but I hope.
Because what was the fastest speed of Concorde?
I want to say it was Mach 3.
Yeah, I was like, I swear Concorde was Mach 3. Because when was it? Paris, or New York to Paris in 4 hours? Something like that? Man, you were talking about old. I think Concorde went out of business when I was in, like, elementary school.
Let's see. Mach 2.04. I don't think that's the top speed, though. I think that's just cruising speed. Specifications. Performance. Max speed is Mach 2.04. It's kind of disappointing.
Still, you talking about like, yeah, I don't get it.
Hmm.
I mean, if you make one that goes to Mach 3, like, call me, because
Okay.
I want to get someplace.
I mean, I have ideas. I think I could probably get there.
I just want to be able to get to, from wherever I live to Las Vegas, Nevada, the fastest way possible.
Well, I mean, you have to consider you're not supposed to break the sound barrier of the continental United States.
Seriously?
You didn't know that?
No.
That's like a thing. I don't know the exact rules on that. It's like
Unwritten rule?
well, no, it's not even unwritten. You're just not really supposed to do that. I don't know the specifics on the rules though.
No.
Like I imagine there's probably some altitude where you can probably do that and not have any repercussions.
Why? Okay.
Why? Because people have windows. And when you break the sound barrier, you create.
Still, if you're at fighter jets do it all the time.
Yeah, under very specific circumstances. And okay, so when they were actually testing, like, I don't know if it was the Concorde or the replacement for the Concorde, that they ran tests over Oklahoma City. People complained so much about replacing their windows that they decided, hey, we can't run an airline this faster in the U.S.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
didn't know that. That totally like bums me out now.
If I were ever going to live on a coastline, this would be why.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here going, okay, you take off, you get cruising altitude of 30 to 35,000 feet, and you hammer it. The shockwave is not going to get all the way to the ground and break windows.
Well, there's a whole Wikipedia article on this. Oklahoma City sonic boom tests. Operation Bongo 2.
This really intrigues me now.
Organized by the FAA. Let's see, that was 1964. Basically intended to quantify the effects of transcontinental supersonic transport aircraft on a city.
1964.
Yeah.
They haven't decided to redo that test in, like, I don't know, 2004?
I guess not. Sorry.
So there will never be supersonic travel.
I'm not saying never.
What?
Well, there's a new theory out there that hasn't really been implemented commercially yet. That I don't know if it's going to reduce the sonic boom issue. They've managed to drastically reduce drag in testing. Drastically reduce drag.
I just want to know if one day, somehow one day, it'll be a 30-minute flight from Oklahoma City to Las Vegas.
Probably not going to happen.
45 minutes?
At least not in the next 5 years.
It'll take an hour?
I mean, it's 2 hours right now.
It's 3. It's like 3:15. Plus you have a time zone difference. So it's like, well, you actually gain 2 hours. And shut up.
Oh, this is interesting. The FAA's poor handling of claims and its payout of only $123,000 led to a class action lawsuit against the U.S. government.
That does not surprise me at all.
In 1969, the government lost its appeal.
That does not surprise me at all either. Man.
Okay, yeah. Was it the replacement? What year was that? The Boeing 2707, 1971. That was the predecessor.
It would have been the predecessor of the Concorde.
Oh. Designed to carry 250 to 300 passengers at Mach 3. Intended to be much larger and faster than preceding SST designs, such as the Concorde. So they were already working on a replacement for the Concorde in the 70s.
That's crazy.
Well, the Concorde isn't really an original design. They ripped off British, I think it was British bomber.
They did. Because there's a military version of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
We are so off topic.
Welcome to Aviation Hour. You know, we should do a podcast about aviation too.
Maybe.
You could have, I mean, the first 100 episodes would be like,
I'll let that one slide.
thanks. You were the one that kept me up the other night.
Me?
You didn't do it. You didn't know you were doing it. I was diving down the whole rabbit hole of city states again, and I'm just like, I do not know where this is going. And Friday's episode, because this will be Wednesday. Friday's episode, we are going to go through the possible scenarios of post-election. And there's going to be, we're actually going to have to do homework for Friday's episode. Ta-da. What? I said we're going to have to do homework for Friday's episode.
Really?
possible scenarios, yeah, I can't just.
Have you seen like the Democrats talking about that?
Yeah, I have. That's.
And like some of what they're suggesting is actually kind of scary.
I know. Oh, trust me, I know. The fun part is, Friday's episode will also be special. Friday's episode is number 50.
Oh. It feels like it's been so much longer.
I know, right? Okay, there's a couple that didn't get published, though.
Have we been bad?
No. There's just a couple.
Oh, that you've been keeping in reserve?
No, there was a couple that will never be published. Due to, like, security slips.
Okay.
Like, there's.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, going back and listening to them, like, well, I'm not sure I want, the entire world to know that. Or that. Or that. What?
I mean, your social security number is probably online anyway.
Oh, yeah, I have no doubt about that, but my credit sucks. How about it? Lucas, on the other hand, has an 830 and he would love to finance you.
I wish I had an 830. I'm not financing anybody. I actually, depending on the risk factor, I might be willing to finance somebody.
Oh, God. Venture capitalism 101. Anyway, this was a prep up to Fridays, because Fridays is going to be long and intensive and insane.
Sounds like fun.
Because we're gonna start going through real scenarios that could happen. None of which I like. Except for a peaceful transition of power.
I don't know. I kind of like the move towards the city state.
I don't think. I think you're on the wrong side of the paradigm to benefit from that.
I disagree, but whatever.
True, because you're okay with that.
I frequently ask you, how has your wife not killed you yet? And I'm really, really, really starting to wonder, like actually wondering.
Because she loves me. That's the only thing I've got for that question. I don't know why she hasn't shot me yet either.
It's just not worth it.
No, it's cheaper to keep me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point of the night where we say Lucas screwed tagline.
Vote gold, JoJo 2020.
You can find him on Twitter because he got banned from everything else. At the Lucas Company. And you can find me on everything else because I haven't got banned on them yet.
I'm thinking about coming back.
Coming out or coming back?
Coming back.
Oh, okay. There's the Travolta reference.
I learned the other day that coming out used to mean something different than that.
Oh God,
like,
really?
Like coming out parties. It was just like a social announcement of like, hey, I don't know. I didn't really understand the point of the party. It was just a social thing. It wasn't like a sexual orientation thing.
Really?
That's what I was told. I don't know. If there are any old people listening,
I'll ask my parents.
educate me.
Because I mean, my parents are in their 80s.
They would probably know.
Yeah.
This is like
kind of like making out used to mean something totally different too.
What do you mean?
The term "making out" was making a baby out of wedlock.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird that that's actually been cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because the phrase somebody was out, the drive-in making out.
Huh.
That's where that actually came from. You're welcome.
I wonder if that's what that means to our parents, because that's not what that means now.
Yeah, no, not even close. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end this the same way we always do this. With my wonderful new catchphrase. Question. Oh, fall for nothing. Question everything and be prepared for anything. Tune in Friday. It's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep there quick. Till the holidays. Oh. Bye.